And who am I to tell him that he is delusional?
I shouldn't be trying to knock down, what he's got going on, what he's talking about, or, his own beliefs in himself. And the moment that I decide this is my new perspective, I literally shift like that. What's true for me doesn't have to be true for you. Perspectives are nothing but illusions. You have to kind of see it first before you see it.
Welcome back to another episode of Her Creations. To all my new creators, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And to the creation crew, you already know how we do. Now we're going to get straight into this episode. So today I want to introduce you guys to a new perspective that I've come across. And that's funny because it's about perspectives. Now, last week I had said something about if you cannot change something in your physical reality, if you cannot change something, then just simply change your perspective. And so I wanted to kind of dive a little bit deeper in what I meant when I said that. Now, I'm also going to come at y'all as a student today because lately I've been, in my teacher bag, but sometimes we got to take it back down to remembering that we are also students as well, period, in life. Never gonna ever, ever, ever act like I'm only a teacher. So I just realized, y'all, like there was some things in my life that I just did not like. I didn't like it at all. I didn't like the way that I'm making money. Some of my relationships that I have with people in my life. Last week when I had said what I said, I didn't actually plan to say that. It just came out, which kind of opened up another new perspective of like, dang, if I don't like this thing that's happened in my life, the way I'm making money here, or if I don't like this type of relationship or what's going on in the relationship, I need to just either, well, for one, get rid of the relationship or change my perspective. And so I kind of did just that. And I just want to talk about it in the sense of like, it can be easier said than done to just simply change your perspective on a situation. But it is truly like important because me changing my perspective, now I've changed the energy that I'm putting out into the universe. I've changed the direction in which I was going. And so the important thing with perspectives is it's nothing but an illusion. Our reality is nothing but an illusion. And in being that girl, us creating our reality how we want to create it, understanding the truth behind perspectives is really like a tool that once we know how to truly use it, then it can really be used to our benefit in creating our realities, right? Her creations. So yeah, I came to the idea that like certain perspectives are nothing but illusions. I'm gonna give you an example. So my cousin, just no shade to my cousin, I always bring him up anyways, but my cousin, I feel like is extremely delusional. I feel like he's extremely delusional because he go around and he hypes himself up like real bad, like real bad to the point that I think that your hyping is not matching the results, right? And we kind of got into a little argument about this and everything. And this is what I'm talking about as far as in like the relationship that I was just speaking on. And so we kind of got into like a little argument or whatever. And I kind of read him his rights and he was upset about it. And I realized that when it comes to perspectives, his perspective is that he's really that dude. He's really, you know what I'm saying? And I thought about it like, well, I think I'm really that girl. I'm really her. I'm really that, right? But then some people may look at me and think, oh, well, the results ain't matching just how I looked at my cousin, right? So I just realized, like, okay, if he's delusional, that's the way he needs to be in order to create his reality the way he wants it. And who am I to tell him that he is delusional or that he's not right about how he feels? Because regardless, when it comes to perspectives, your perspective is nothing but a made up idea that is created by what you see on the outside versus your expectations. or not versus your expectations, but with your expectations. So it's expectations and what you see. There was a study where I hope I don't get off track, but there was a study where people put words on a screen and they put a sound with it. And so what they did was they changed the words on the screen. And when they changed the word on the screen, the sound was the exact same sound, but it ended up sounding like what they read because it's what they saw plus what they expected for it to be, which was what the screen had said. If you understand, let me know down below. If you've seen that study, let me know it down below too. But so I realized, like, okay, his perspective might sound crazy to me. It might sound like delusion, but that's what he needs in order to create his reality. Like, super successful people are extremely delusional. Extremely delusional. And it's like you have to be somewhat delusional because in order for you to create your reality,
you have to kind of see it first before you see it. You can't see it and then you see it. It doesn't work that way. You always see it first in your mind. And so having that certain level of delusion, I'm just like, I shouldn't be trying to knock down, what he's got going on, what he's talking about, or, his own beliefs in himself. Because who the heck am I? But then back to perspectives, y'all. So perspectives are nothing but illusions. If I say, let's think of a good example. If I say that working a 9 to 5 is the worst thing in the world, then that's what's true for me. That's what's true to me. But another person can come and they can say, I love working 9 to 5. I don't have to worry about responsibilities. I don't have to stress about, you know, X, Y, and Z. It's not my problem. I get to go home every day. I don't worry. I go to bed, wake up, go do it again, and whatever. It's cool as chill. I know what to expect. And then me, on the other hand, I'm like, a 9 to 5, that's the worst thing in the world. That's my perspective. And so since that's my perspective, now that's what my reality is. My reality shows up that way. Where I go to work and I'm just like, this is terrible. What am I doing working here? I am not meant for this. So y'all, I'm like, what's true for me doesn't have to be true for you. Or what's true for the next person don't gotta be true for me. I'm learning that it's like you gotta respect other people's perspectives. Respect other people's perspectives and how they feel about their life because regardless, the perspective is nothing but an illusion that creates their reality. And so if you don't agree with it, then you don't have to. If you don't agree with their perspective or their delusions, you don't have to agree with it. And that's okay. That's fine. And that's what I had to learn in a situation because I was talking so much cash to my cousin about his delusions. And yes, it may not look like that on the physical or in reality just yet, but him being delusional about it is what's going to actually create it. It's what's going to actually bring it to him. Same thing with us. Us being delusional about our realities or about our perspectives or whatever it is, that's what's going to create it. Because once again, you have to see it here first and you have to affirm it and believe it and know it, period. Regardless of what the outside looks in, or regardless of if another person, like how I did, comes to you and tells you, oh, well, you're delusional. I feel so bad, y'all. I feel so bad. I apologize though. But yeah, perspectives are nothing but illusions. Illusions that we create about our lives and how we interact with it, our realities. And if you can learn what it truly means, or if you understand what it truly means to have a perspective and then be able to change it, like your perspective doesn't always have to stay the same. You can literally have that perspective and then a month later change your mind and say, you know, I don't do that anymore. That's how I feel about karma. I've decided I don't believe in karma no more. Why? Because if I believe in it, then that means that if I do something that's deemed to be bad, then that means I'm going to be waiting for karma to come. I'll be waiting for something to pop off so I could say, okay, there goes the karma that I was waiting on. I knew it would come. It came because I kept thinking that it was going to come and that it was real. But with me shifting my perspective and saying, you know what, I don't believe in karma no more. So if I do mess up and I do something that's bad, okay, I did something that was bad. I shouldn't have done that. Now let's move forward. I know karma's not coming to me because I don't believe in it. Period. Because that's my perspective. That's my illusion. That's my delusion. Y'all, if you understand what your girl's talking about, let me know down below, okay? If you've ever came across this type of perspective before, also let me know too, because I really have been just going through like, I want my life to look like this, and I want my relationships to be like this, and I want to meet people who are on this type of frequency, and I want people in my life that understand that we can have these type of conversations with. And then I'm not necessarily focusing on the good conversations that I do have with people in my life already, or I'm not focused on the way that my life looks right now and how it is actually good. And so I'm learning that, like, in order for me to shift my reality and continue creating my reality how I want it to be, I have to change my perspective in certain areas. Like, okay, I might be staying with my mom right now, living back at home, but I have the luxury of not really paying no rent. I have the luxury of being with my family, being with my mom, like spending time with her all the time. I have the luxury to eat their food if I want to. Like, it's so many different ways that you can look at the situation and find a good perspective in anything that's going on. So once again, if you cannot change something physically, just change how you perceive it. And it's easier said than done, I get that, but it literally lifts a weight off your shoulders. Me doing just that, it lifted a weight off my shoulders to the point where I feel lighter. I just feel lighter. I feel lighter knowing that, okay, I don't have to think that way no more. I don't have to be confined to that way of thinking. I can literally change my thoughts. I can literally change what I believe in like that. And the moment that I decide, okay, this is not my perspective anymore, but this is my new perspective, I literally shift like that. You shift like that. It doesn't take hours, seconds, minutes. It literally shifts right in that moment where you say, okay, you know what? I'm done with it. You don't have to really do so much. You don't have to really do so much. And that's what I'm also learning. It doesn't take so much work that you have to put into it. It's really just knowing. It's the shifting and then the knowing. The problem why we have to keep putting in so much work and keep doing all these different things to like drill it into us is because we keep falling back into the old way of thinking, when instead we could just know. Because when you know, you don't have to keep going back and forth. The problem is you don't know. You don't know. You don't have that knowing, that feeling, that deep feeling of like, yeah, this gonna happen for me, period. So yeah, y'all, if you enjoyed this episode, let me know down below in the comments. I love you guys so much. I truly appreciate when you guys comment on my videos. I love it so much. Give me new ideas to talk about, you guys, that you want to hear more of. But I will see you guys next time. I love you so much. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm out. Hey y'all, if you truly want to embody your highest version of you and become your own boss without putting in too much time or effort, I have the perfect opportunity for you. With digital creations, you get fully customizable planners and playbooks designed to grow your social media and create passive income. You can edit them to match your brand and resell them for 100% profit. It's that simple. Ready to start? DM me digital and let's get you making money online.